Standardization, again, I said UML diagrams, using standard diagrams, standard documentation techniques, standard processes for doing this. One of the standards that you see in business analysis is put forth by the International Institute of Business Analysis, an organization that is promoting and documenting the best practices for business analysis. So standardization is important, and then a repeatable methodology to be able to do it over and over again. Without having a repeatable methodology, you can't capture metrics and improve. If you're doing it all over the place every time, you can never measure. You certainly can measure each instance, but if it's all different, it's very difficult to improve. When we think of the success, the attributes of a business analyst, remember it's a role. It could be part of your brain, being a business analyst. These are some of the attributes that make the best business analyst. At the very top, to be successful, verifiable requirements. Ensure that you have the right stuff. Justifiable. It supports the business goals and objectives. Traceable requirements, and you can measure and see that, they do support those business goals. And at the bottom here, we're saying interpersonal skills, organizational knowledge, and technical skill. Again, foundation level. You need all of those skills, or a portion of them, not all of them, but they're very important skills to be able to interact and communicate effectively with your users, who are business people, who have business problems and need results to improve their business. And so those are some of the skills that are needed to be effective in that area. So the key messages I wanted to bring were that good business analysis can minimize the risk of cost overruns due to rework and scope creep. Okay, so definitely you can do that. Business analysis is important because many software projects fail due to inadequate analysis of user and business needs. Business analysis is challenging. I like this one. Because it is challenging because users are challenged, right? They're all different. Like computers, they're pretty much the same. You can deal with them the same. But when it comes to users, every person is different. And you have different challenges and techniques that you have to use to get that information from them. They don't just give it to you. And it only exists loosely in their mind. I like that term, loosely in their mind. They have a rough idea of what they want, and they can barely explain it. And you need to help them bring that idea to fruition. And you'll use techniques like prototyping, storyboarding, and things like that to help you understand that. And good, solid requirement. That's part of your requirements documentation. And the industry has involved these best practices, and I shared a few of them with you. And finally, I guess the other thing is that it can reduce stress. If you think of the solution or software development lifecycle, you start off with bad stuff at the beginning. It just propagates throughout the whole development process, and everybody gets stressed out. And so by starting right, on the right foot, as they say, okay, then you'll have more successful projects, and ultimately, I think half your people, including yourselves, who don't, probably like me, don't like reworking and redoing things and having the stress of dealing with things in too short a time frame. And then finally, how we can help you with stress relief. Ed talked about how you learn a lot of these things on the job through osmosis. I teach this curriculum also. I see a lot of people, many of them that have over a decade of experience. They've been doing business analysis as their job. Not developers necessarily, although I see a lot of developers. But they've learned it on the job, and everyone does it differently. So they don't do things consistently. They don't know all the techniques. And after they've actually taken this particular course here, they walk up and say, I wish I knew this 10 years ago. It's good stuff that will help organize your thoughts and your process of getting user requirements. And so what we wanted to do was offer you a discount, $300 off the how to gather and document user requirements, which is, the cornerstone and foundation of good business analysis. And I just wanted to leave you with this other thought, which I thought was kind of cute. Here's our course schedule, at least in the Toronto area. We run it, once a month because it's popular. There are a lot of people going through this class. I mean, our goal as developers is to, assist the business to achieve its goals. And that's what I'd like to leave you with. And thank you for the opportunity to speak with you.